here. Happy Monday. I'm your business and wellness consultant, coach, strategist. And today I want to talk about burnout. Burnout in your personal life, burnout in your professional life, and how that impacts us. I can remember last year, right around this time, trying to get my little guy out the door for school, and he's going to be 5 this coming month. So he was around, 4, 3.5, 4, and their attention span is just good luck, right? Moms, you feel me? You know you got to repeat yourself like 20 times. And we were running late, and crap was hitting the fan, and I kept telling him to put his coat and hat and boots, and I was running over, and I was trying to help him. And then I was like, no, I shouldn't be helping him because I have to promote independence, but look at the time. And I was just in a tizzy. I was just frantic over getting dressed in the morning and getting out the door. Big deal if we're a couple moments late for school. But I was like a mad woman. I was yelling. I was like, get this on, let's go to this. Completely uncharacteristic of me. And of course, got him off to school. We were a few minutes late, got him in there, driving home. What happened? The tears just started flowing. The guilt that I yelled at him. I should be more patient. And it made me stop and reflect and think, okay, something deeper is going on. Why am I getting so upset about something so small and something that just doesn't really even matter in the grand scheme of life? I'm sure my little guy, he went to school and he forgot about it. But for me, I was so upset. I was so living in that moment. I was so back playing it and going over all these things. And it made me realize that I was really burnt out. And if we think about what is the definition of burnout, it's when we're talking about training and we're talking about like actual sports or fitness or that kind of realm, burnout is when you've pushed yourself past the ability to be able to recoup. When we talk about in business or in our work life or our relationships or things like that, it's where you are. You're irritable, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed. And the root of that is because you don't feel like you're in control. And that was the root of what I felt in that situation. I felt like life was just happening to me, and I was trying to collect all those moving pieces and put it together. And that is a terrible way to feel when you feel out of control. And it wasn't just out of control in that scenario. I was feeling out of control in my entire life. And when we think back to that definition where you've pushed past that ability to recoup, burnout just doesn't happen overnight. It's a long-term thing. So before we head into 2019, I want you to start doing an assessment of how much control you feel like you have in your relationships, whether that's marriage, whether that's with family, whether that's as a mom or a dad. I want you to think about relationships. I want you to think about your health. I want you to think about your finances. I want you to think about your work. And then I want you to think about your self-care. There's lots of other things that you can rate yourself on, but those are the 5 things that I really want you to look at and go back, re-listen, write this down, or maybe you only want to pick 2 or 3 of those things. It's up to you, but go back and assess. How in control do you feel? Because 2019 is right around the corner, and now is the time when we want to start making change. Because you know as well as I do, mid-December, we turn it off, we celebrate, and we should. We celebrate, we spend time with family, we get into Christmas, life is lovely, and then January hits and you're like, bleh, right? You don't even want to do anything at that point. It takes a couple weeks till those New Year's resolutions, if you even make them, kick in, and you've lost over a month. You've lost almost 2 months. So now is the time when I want you to assess how in control do you feel? And how do you just feel? Maybe I should have a 6th one on there. How do you just feel in general day to day? When you wake up, are you stressed? Are you already stressed? Are you not sleeping? That's a sign of burnout. Insomnia. Are you not happy? Do you feel like you're always in that rat race and it's never enough. And then when you identify those feelings, whatever, if it's a negative emotion or an emotion that you don't want, I want you to ask yourself, how do I feel the opposite? So if you feel like you're in the rat race and it's never enough, then every day I want you to ask the question, what is going to make me feel enough today? And that's an internal thing, right? Or what's the one thing that I need to get done? And when I get that done today, I'm going to celebrate the hell out of that thing because I did it. I accomplished it. And you break it down, those little wins along the way. And lastly, give yourself permission to rest. Give yourself permission. If it's in fitness, take your rest days. If it's in life and it's in your work and your business, when you complete something huge or maybe something even small, right? Maybe it's like 3 or 4 small things that finally lead to that big thing. Celebrate that, rest, then jump into that next project. I know that was what made me feel burnt out, is that I was just bulldozing from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's what made me feel so out of control, because it was never enough. My success was never enough for me. My income was never enough for me. All of it was never enough for me. So I had to break it down into those small steps, giving myself the ability to rest, giving myself the ability to celebrate, and then doing that daily kind of checklist that I told you about earlier, or even if you do it weekly, to just constantly check in. I mean, high performers, we're constantly assessing how we're doing in our life. And I know you're a high performer. So if you're not already doing that, you're going to start doing that. All right, guys, that is my Monday motivation tip for you. Head to lisapizik.com if you want lots more freebies. I podcast, I blog, I have monthly webinars. There's all sorts of things there that you can tune in, get more information to change your life, or even if you want to work with me, at the bottom, 15 minutes of the website, that is, not here. 15-minute, I get used to doing that, 15-minute assessment call, free. You can book it in, and I can help you with a plan for 2019. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.